This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 1278. One skill you need for guaranteed fat loss success. Part 1 by Serdar Tuncali of nerdgettingfit.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. Welcome back to another edition of Optimal Health Daily, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. This is the podcast where I act as your very own personal narrator and read to you from some of the most popular health and fitness blogs online, and always with a bit of my commentary at the end. And a real quick thanks to Headspace. If people keep telling you to try meditation and you're like, when would I have time? You should check out Headspace. Headspace is your daily dose of mindfulness in the form of guided meditations in an easy-to-use app. Or, need some help falling asleep? Headspace has wind-down sessions their members swear by. I've been using Headspace and have gone through different packs like Appreciation, Patience, and courses like Dealing with Regret. Every pack has allowed me to gain a deeper understanding of myself, and I love that I don't struggle with my commitment to meditation because Headspace makes it so easy to adjust the desired time spent on each session. It's been great for me, and I hope you can feel the same way too. You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/OHD. That's headspace.com/OHD for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. Head to headspace.com/OHD today. Now today's post is a bit on the longer side, so as usual, I'll read the first half today and then finish it up for you tomorrow. So today I'm going to spare you from some baseball talk and get right to part 1 of today's post as we optimize your life. One skill you need for guaranteed fat loss success. Part 1 by Serdar Tuncali of nerdgettingfit.com. Have you ever tried calorie counting? Do you think calorie counting is so hard or that it's pointless? Why would you count calories when you can just eat healthy? Before you write off calorie counting as a useless tool for fat loss, listen to this article. You're going to be surprised. How do athletes, actors, and professionals get in shape so successfully? An off-season athlete, for example, has a deadline to get in incredible shape, and he or she does it every single time without fail. The actor signs a contract to get into superhero shape by the time the shooting starts, and they all do it without failure. The fitness model books a photo shoot, and he or she gets ripped on time every time. How do they do it? What's their fat loss secret? If you think because they get paid well, you're wrong. Money is just a motivator. Everyone is motivated in the beginning, but many fail. Their secret is the skill they acquired over time, and you can do it too. Secret to guaranteed fat loss. If your goal is just getting in shape, you're probably going to fail. On the other hand, if your goal is to weigh 175 pounds and have a 12% body fat by Christmas, there's a much better chance you will succeed. Once you have a clear goal and a deadline, you can plan exactly how you get there. When you leave your house in the morning to go to work, you don't just drive in the general direction of your work. You know which route to take and what speed you need to drive. Otherwise, you'll end up arriving late or not reaching your destination at all. To reach your fat loss goals, you need the same level of precision and a clear plan. You need to calculate your calorie and macronutrient needs and make sure you meet your target every day. Calorie counting is the secret to guaranteed fat loss. When an actor signs a $1 million contract with the movie studio to play a superhero, do you think the studio would let him or her just eat nutritious foods and exercise? Do you think actors like Christian Bale, Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Pratt just wing it? Yes, they can afford personal trainers. They have time to work out hours every day, and they can hire personal chefs. However, that's not the point. The point is they know exactly how many calories they need to eat every day, and they stick to it. You don't need a personal chef to boil eggs. You don't need to work out for hours every day to get in shape, unless you're planning to play a superhero on the big screen. Of course, you can lose weight by just eating nutritious foods, exercising, and doing cardio. However, That would be like driving in the general direction of your fat loss goals. I will show you exactly how counting calories guarantees you to reach your fat loss goals on time. The energy balance principle is not debunked and never will be. What is a calorie? As you probably know, a calorie is a unit of energy. When we talk about calories in the context of food and exercise, we're talking about kilocalories or 1,000 calories. When you see the unit kcal or calories spelled with a capital C, we're talking about kilocalories. Each food group has an estimated calorie content. Carbohydrates and proteins contain 4 calories per gram, whereas fat contains 9 calories per gram. It basically means that when you consume these foods, that is the amount of energy you take in. Our bodies constantly use energy to function. Every process that takes place in our body requires energy. The sources of this energy are the foods we eat and the energy storage in our bodies. Energy balance principle. If the amount of energy coming into our bodies with food is higher than the amount of energy our bodies use, the extra energy is stored in the body and we gain weight. On the other hand, if the amount of energy we consume is less than the amount of energy we expend, previously stored energy is used to make up for the difference, and we lose weight. Based on this calories in, calories out principle, if you want to lose weight, you have to eat less than you burn. And if you want to gain weight, you have to eat more than you burn. Opposing views. Gaining popularity in recent years, there's an argument claiming that calories do not matter as long as you eat certain foods and avoid other foods. Their argument is that as long as you obey certain nutritional rules, your body will regulate its own weight and you will achieve a healthy weight effortlessly. Recently popularized paleo and ketogenic diets follow this principle. Scientific studies. First of all, calorie balance is an irrefutable scientific fact. That means the calories in, calories out principle is theoretically true. In fact, I will show you some examples of studies that prove this again and again. The problem is, even though we can track the calories we consume pretty accurately, we can't really track the calories we burn. We can estimate how many calories we burn based on an average person's metabolism and based on how many calories an average person at a certain weight burn doing certain activities. However, you may not be an average person with average metabolism. The solution is tracking your body's response to the calories we eat. In the beginning, it may take some fine-tuning to find out exactly how many calories you need to reach your goals. Most of the time, the problem is not the calculation, it's the adherence. Eyeballing foods and guessing how many calories they might have is not going to work. Don't worry though. I will explain how to make sure you track your calories accurately. Scientific studies linked in this article show that weight loss happens when you create a calorie deficit, regardless of other factors. The challenge is to find out exactly how many calories one specific person burns. The only way to measure this is to put a person in a chamber all day and measure the calories they burn. Since we can't do that for ourselves, we have to use trial and error. Not all calories are created equal if your goal is fat loss. Fat loss versus weight loss. In order to get in shape and get a lean look with visible abs, your goal should be fat loss, not weight loss. What's the difference between weight loss and fat loss? Well, when we lose weight, we lose fat, water, and lean tissue, meaning protein. The type of weight loss we want is fat loss. Every pound of lean tissue or muscle we lose slows down our metabolism and makes us look worse. If your goal is to look good, your body composition is more important than your overall body weight. Part of your body composition includes your body fat percentage, and the more lean tissue you have, the lower your fat percentage gets. You will look much better at 180 pounds at 10% body fat than 175 pounds at 15% body fat. Therefore, you should focus on fat loss, not weight loss. You can estimate how long it will take to get in shape based on your starting point and your calorie deficit. Case study. Back in 2010, a professor of human nutrition at Kansas State University, Mark Haub, tried a Twinkie diet to prove a point. For 2 months, he ate junk food like Twinkies and Doritos almost exclusively. However, he tracked his calories and made sure he stayed in a significant calorie deficit. In 2 months, he lost 27 pounds. Furthermore, his bad cholesterol levels, or LDL levels, dropped, and his good cholesterol levels, or HDL levels, increased. Now, this doesn't mean you should eat junk food all the time. This just shows that calories are the only thing that matters when you want to change the number on your scale. But where your calories come from will make the difference in how easy your fat loss journey will be. The importance of protein for fat loss. Hear that on tomorrow's episode. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, "One Skill You Need for Guaranteed Fat Loss Success" by Serdar Tuncali of nerdgettingfit.com. And thank you to Netgear. Is your Wi-Fi struggling to keep up with your streaming, work, gaming, video calling, and more? What about all at once? When you're connected to your world by Wi-Fi, be sure it's the best. Bring your Wi-Fi up to speed with Orbi Wi-Fi 6 from Netgear. Orbi Wi-Fi 6 is the best and latest in Wi-Fi. It covers your entire home with unmatched speeds and performance for uninterrupted working and learning, video calling, and streaming at home on more devices than ever before in any part of the house. With Wi-Fi this advanced, you're going to want it everywhere. Ready for the best Wi-Fi ever? Find out what makes Netgear America's #1 choice for Wi-Fi at netgear.com/best Wi-Fi. That's netgear.com/best Wi-Fi. And I have that linked in this episode's description. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. Now, I want to be sure we're not misunderstanding Serdar's point. In no way are he or I saying that a diet full of highly processed foods like Twinkies or Doritos is something we would ever recommend. Instead, this is used to illustrate a point. If we limit our daily calorie intake, we will lose weight. But will we lose fat weight? Not necessarily. Now, Dr. James Painter at Cornell University conducted a similar experiment where he had study participants consume mostly fast foods like McDonald's and pizza, but they had to stay below their daily calorie requirements. As long as participants stayed below their daily calorie needs, they lost weight. But here's the thing. We're only talking about weight loss here. We're not addressing fat loss and how their gut microbiome may have changed as a result of eating these types of foods. Because as we know, foods don't just supply energy or calories to the body. They provide nutrients too, like vitamins and minerals. So if a Twinkie and Doritos diet or a McDonald's and pizza diet were followed for a long time, it's possible a person could develop multiple nutrient deficiencies. Sure, they might be skinny, but they may still have a host of health problems to deal with. All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back here to finish up this post. So I'll see you there where your optimal life awaits.